Welcome back to the FPL Fan Show. In this video, we're going to be talking about the best midfielders to own in FPL. I'm FPL Nacho.
I'm FPL Prince.
And it's good to see you again, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
It's good to see you, buddy. So, let's get to it, mate. Who is your number one pick right now in FPL for midfielders?
Well, you're always accusing me of being biased, so I'm going to prove that I'm not biased and pick Mo Salah.
Okay.
12.5 million. I think the thing with Salah, he's Mr. Consistent. Every year, he performs the same. He's on penalties, so you've always got that in the locker. I think Liverpool are going to be so much stronger this year. I think they had a really off year last year with all the injuries. You know, Salah's just so attacking and he's so selfish. And importantly, he's a great captain option. Liverpool's fixtures are pretty all right for the opening as well. So what do you think of Salah?
Yeah, I'm so big on Mo Salah, and I really do think he should be in everybody's teams. First, I would say 5 out of the 6 fixtures, he is captaincy material. And the most important thing about it, you're seeing it right now in pre-season, all their key men are basically already in pre-season. Unlike other teams who've had big players at the Euros, you've got Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, all the defenders back. And I think as a team and a collective, they're going to be hitting the ground running. And I think Salah's a main man in that one. Historically, he is the go-to guy. So another one that I'm considering right now is going to be another premium midfielder, and that's going to be Hernndez himself. Now, a bit of a controversial character, of course, in the FPL community, but I think to start the season off, you have to go for the tried and tested, and I think this guy is the cream of the crop, really, when it comes to tried and tested over the last year. Your thoughts on him?
I'm just surprised you managed to get that sentence out.
That was a bit of a jumble, honestly.
Pretty good for you.
Honestly.
No, I think you're spot on with Hernndez. The key we all say as FPL managers, you know, start the season just strong. Don't take too many risks. Salah and Hernndez are perfect because they're so consistent. They penalties, they score well. I think Hernndez is great because he's so integral to that United team. He never gets rested. They play really good attacking football. He's on pretty much all the set pieces, penalties, and they get a lot of them. But I think he's really good. So Hernndez, I think, perfect.
I think the big thing as well, price hasn't been announced for Sancho yet. Bit of talk about which one to go for. Hernndez is by far the best pick because if Sancho hits the ground running, you can downgrade Hernndez into Sancho. You can't go up unless you've got that money in the bank. So Hernndez is a safe pick for sure.
All right, so let's move down a little bit. Now, you're a Chelsea fan.
Yes.
What do you think about Havertz? Because I think he could be quite good value.
Yeah, I think he could be excellent value. Now, under Tuchel, he was brilliant under Tuchel. And he done bits under Lampard as well. But the one thing under Tuchel as well, he is going to be Pep 2.0. He is definitely going to be rotating this team. And again, we're not sure what the transfer window is going to look like, whether we're going to be targeting another forward. If we don't, I think Havertz will be the number one man down the middle. But again, with the opening 6 fixtures, I don't think it's a risk worth taking right now. I just think there's better options available whether you go down or you go up to your premium. I don't think you need to occupy that space in the midfield with an 8.5 million risk right now with those fixtures. So yeah, that's my thoughts around Havertz. We will be good long term.
I think you're right. I think he probably will have a much better season this year. You know, he is quite young, so it's worth point. I think he's going to kick on this year. But yeah, so wait and see for now. So you mentioned about going down. If we went down a little bit more, I really like Jack the Lad, Jack Grealish.
Calves, isn't it?
Oh,
Absolute
those calves. I wish we had calves like that. Can you imagine? But anyway, yeah, I think Grealish is superb. Now, the thing with Grealish is we're not sure where he's going to be playing.
Yeah.
I think if he's playing at Aston Villa, 8 million, he's in my team.
Still, yeah.
Because the thing is, at Villa, he plays every game. They're so reliant on him. He's on set pieces. He's that whole team is built around him, and he's superb. You know, before he got injured, he was right at the top of the points last season.
You saw when he came back at the end of the season, they picked up a few really key wins, and it's no surprise that he was part of that.
And I think obviously having Buendia as well now, it will take a little bit of the pressure away from him, which I think will help, so teams won't gang up solely on him. So I like Grealish, but we need to see where he goes. If he goes to Man City, I mean, that could go 2 ways. I mean, because he'll do incredibly well, but will he play every game? So, but we'll leave that for another video.
Yes, I was going to say, we'll come to that hurdle when we cross it. Really.
So what other midfielders are you looking at?
Yeah, so I think we've covered kind of them sort of assets in that region. I want to go down again, 6.5 million Rafinha. Now, we spoke about him a lot, previous video, best value picks. I think he is one of the best value picks in the game right now. Obviously, we have Harrison at 6 million, Rafinha at 6.5 million. A lot of talk in the community about which one to go for. I think you just go for that 0.5 more in Rafinha. I think Harrison had an excellent season last year, But I just think Rafinha's got a lot more in his game for a better season this year. Underlying stats were excellent, and I think his game time's definitely going to be locked. He's one of the first names on that team sheet right now in this Leeds side. I know you're a big fan of Rafinha as well.
Love Rafinha. Yeah. I think you're spot on. The reason why Rafinha is so underpriced, and why I think he's probably arguably one of the best value players in the game, is because when he first came to Leeds last year, they started him on the bench. They kind of eased him in slowly. So they factored that in when pricing him. Now, you've got to remember, the last part of the season, he was playing every game. He's on all the set pieces. He was so attacking. He was shooting a lot. Everything you want in an FPL asset. 6.5 million is an absolute bargain. I like Harrison. I think Harrison will do really well, 6 million. But I think Rafinha is worth playing that 0.5 million more. I know we said we go down, but I thought we'll just quickly touch on Pepe.
Yes.
Who's 7.5 million. I think Pepe is really one to watch this year. I think, he was a big money signing. They paid 70 million for him. But the last part of the season, I think he scored 7 or 8 goals in kind of last 10 or 11 games. Yeah. He was really on form. I think at 7.5 million, he could really be one to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pepe, again, comes into the same bracket as Havertz. A bit of a risk to start the season. And I think the good thing for everybody, tricky game weeks 2 and 3, where you don't really want Pepe in them fixtures. So take that opportunity in game week 2 and 3 to monitor him, have him on your watch list. If he starts to find the ground, gets going, I think he could be a big pick. But I think he's one to watch maybe game week 4 onwards when their fixtures start to turn. And another Arsenal player that I know has become a real popular enabler in teams is Smith Rowe. We spoke about him before in previous videos. He looks like he could be getting a lot of game time under Arteta. He's going for that kind of system with a creative number 10. Thoughts on him, mate? Do you think he's worthwhile bringing it in?
I think Smith Rowe, if he plays every game, and especially in the number 10 role, I think he's going to be in all our teams.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a young lad. He did well last year, but I think if he starts the games, he can push on. The key is the game time, though. We need to see, who Arsenal sign, whether he starts his first couple of games. And I think the fixtures are a little bit mixed to start with. So we actually have the opportunity to kind of see how Arsenal do in those few games, see if he plays. And then if he does play, I think we're taking a dive on him, in game week 3, game week 4.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, so any other lower priced midfielders that you like the look of?
Well, I think people are tuning in right now about the 4.5s, aren't they? This is where everybody's talking about, because there are usually a gem each season that helps us bring in these premiums at 4.5 million. Of course, it just enables it. And there's a few I want to talk about. I think there's 3 on everybody's lips right now. Basuma, Brownhill and Gilmore. Do you have a favourite? Can you do a top 3 for me, eh?
If I ranked them, I think currently I would put Brownhill number 1, Gilmore 2, and then Basuma 3. Basuma 3 because, there's no attacking returns there, but he's going to play every game.
Apart from an outrageous world, that's it. That's literally, don't count on that.
Not that often. Number 2, Gilmore. I mean, you'll know more about Gilmore than probably me being a Chelsea fan. But obviously at Norwich now, he should get game time. He's not that attacking, but there's a little bit of attacking potential there. But I think with Brownhill, there is some attacking potential there. And I think in Burnley, he probably will start most games. He's been good in pre-season. He scored 2 goals. He did all right last season. I think Brownhill's probably the pick for me.
Yeah, I think Brownhill nicks it for me as well. Norwich have such a tough start to the season. I think with Brownhill, and Burnley have a decent start, Brownhill could come into your side at 4.5 million. Don't expect loads of goals or anything like that, assists. But like we said, going to play a more advanced role. And like we said, wildcard early in the season is a popular strategy. So you could easily go across to the likes of Gilmore once the fixtures change. And he might be on all set pieces by then. But I think Brownhill's going to nick it. And he's a great player to enable those premium midfielders.
That is the best midfielders. We want to know who you're picking in your team. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, what have they got to do?
Well, as always, you've got to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And of course, check out our previous videos. Goalkeepers and defenders have been covered, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously, please do like it. Really does help us. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.